This week we will be learning SEO basics and how to do SEO in your XpanZion enterprise platform. SEO is short for search engine optimization. SEO helps search engines identify the content of your website and allows people who are searching for your keywords and phrases to find you. This week we're going to focus on the 12 areas of your website that can be optimized. We'll learn in your website where these areas are and how to do the optimization. We'll also discuss some things outside of your website that you can do to create backlinks pointing back to your website. So let's get started with the demonstration. I'll get a share screen set up here. So the first thing you want to do when you're going to do SEO is to pick the page that you would like to optimize. And make sure you have this week's worksheet in front of you. I've got it here, which I want to point out that we're focusing on the 12 SEO specifics. So we've listed right up top the 12 areas that we're going to learn how to optimize. Number one being the URL. So the URL is what shows up in the main top menu, including the domain name. So in choosing your domain name, it's good to think of keywords that you can incorporate in the name of your website. And also this is when creating new pages on your website, that you consider keywords when you create new pages. The next thing I want to cover is we're going to go 2, 3, and 4 here and show you where we do this. So this is going to be the title and the description and keywords. So we're going to go in the top black menu and click on Promote, and then go down and click on Optimize SEO. And we've been here before. We're going to cover this again here for SEO basics. So the first area when you get here is where you add your keywords. So I can put in like ABQ Leap. And this is not case sensitive. You don't need to put uppercase. In fact, just do lowercase words here. We can put SEO. Maybe we want to put like business development. And maybe Momentum Mondays. So we notice that there's a couple different shades of blue that are showing up here. So the dark blue is identifying that these words are in the title of my blog page here. ABQ Leap is showing up right here at the beginning, and we also have SEO in the title. Business Development and Momentum Mondays are a lighter shade of blue, so this shows that these are relevant to my website, but not in the title of the page. We can enhance this by adding to the description. So this is what they call the meta description. So putting catchy words, put something here that will make somebody want to click the link. Before we move on, I want to point out these gray words are suggesting other words that people are searching for if they're putting in the keywords that we have here. So like business development, manager is being searched with that. Manager salary, job description. So this could give you some suggestions of some other words you might want to use. Also, while we're here on this page, mention that the number of keywords that you can enter here is 10. There's room for 10 keywords or key phrases that you put in this spot. So down here at the bottom is showing you a preview of what your page will look like in a search result. So the top line is the title of your page, and that's the clickable link. The description, once I type in a description here, it would show up underneath this other longer link. And if you don't specify a description, it's just going to choose text from your page and put that here. So when you have this set up how you want it, in the bottom right is Save. Make sure you click Save. And now we're going to move on to H1 and H2 tags. So this is your headers. So for this, we want to go into edit mode. So in the upper left is edit. Let's click the edit button. And then we have our building blocks that will come out. Let me scroll down a little bit because I'm going to drag in a title block and put that right here on the top to demonstrate that where it says your website title, this is an H1 tag, and a great subtitle 2 is your H2 tag. So this shows up, I'll demonstrate here in the edit menu. If you do the style here, this is like the button farthest on the left, click on that, and you'll see that we're header 1. So that's like H1. If we go to the subtitle and we click that button, we're going to see that we're a header 3 there. We could make it an H2 if we wanted to. So this is going to rank the text on your page for relevance, or like the most important text is going to be your H1 text. So headers help for breaking up your pages and creating some negative space and allowing readers to scan and see what your page is about without having to read everything. So it's very important to use keywords there. Now, number 7 is talking about font style. So by font style, I'm talking about bold and italics and underline, maybe making it a different color. So this, I'm not sure that it helps with SEO, but it definitely helps for readability on your page, so helping readers to be able to scan more quickly and get what your page is about. Text quantity, so it's important to have a good amount of text on your website because search engines are looking for websites that are an authority on subject matter, and you prove that you're an authority by having enough words on your site. So I would make blogs and maybe pages that have potentially 2,000 words or more on them. If you're working on a home page, I wouldn't put that many words on your home page. I would get into like introductions and have a read more link that they can click the read more and go to a page or a blog that's got more content. We're up to number 9, so this one is body. I'll drag in another block here. So we've got this text block that comes in with a header section and also a body section. So if we highlight some of this body text and we look at this style button, it's showing as normal text. So we could leave it normal. We could make it a, I guess we don't want headers. These are header tags. So normal is body text. These tags, these H1 and H2 tags don't show up anywhere. This is in the code, and that's where the search engines read it and identify that that's H1 and H2. Number 10 is talking about position. So position is making sure your keywords are in the correct position. So if it's a key phrase, make sure you're putting it in the way that you believe people would be searching for your words or your phrases. Also on this position, I do want to talk about the footer. So I'm going to scroll to the bottom of the page, and the footer is something that shows up on every page. So it's highly important to make sure that your keywords are in the footer. Like you can imagine this as a line going down through each one of your pages, starting with the URL, going down through the title, the keywords, the meta description, the headers, the body, all the way down to the footer. If you've got all that set up, then your website is going to be very well optimized. And the last thing we're going to cover for on-site optimization is tagging images. So you're going to want to click on an image that you would like to tag. So like this one, let's see, I'll do this one for an example. We're looking up here in the edit menu next to the percentages where it says alt. It has a colon there. Let's click on that alt button. And now what alt text is text that shows up while the page is loading. So this is like text that's like behind the image. So once the image loads, the text won't be there. So like this one, you can definitely put keywords in here. So like this one, I might put, look at that, I've typed business development in Albuquerque. So let's just click that, that works. And the title, this is if your visitor hovers their cursor over an image, this text will show up. So I can put in ABQ Leap Momentum Mondays on that one. So when you have this set up how you want it, there's the save button in the lower left, so click save. and I'll scroll down and I'll demonstrate this. So if I hover over this picture, it now says ABQ Leap Momentum Mondays. So the reason that we do tags on images is for when people do searches on the internet and they get results, there's categories that show up. So if you go to, say, Google and do a search and get results, the first results you'll see are going to be all the pages that match most closely to the search that you put in. And if you look at the top, it's also going to have images and maybe news and maybe videos. There's some other categories that show up. So this is the importance of tagging your images. So if somebody would go to the image search category, that they would be able to, like, if your images show up, they could click those images and these would actually be links to link through to your website. And like the news category that shows up, that would be for your blogs. I think shop is maybe a category that could show up, so that'd be for your shopping cart. Event page is another one that's a very good page to have optimized. So I'm going to click save. So now when this saves, you've got your images tagged. If you've done some headers and body text, that will all be saved. So that's what I wanted to cover as far as on-site things that we can do for SEO. The next thing we'll cover is things off your website that you can do to help your SEO ranking. So really for SEO, it's about backlinks. How many backlinks can you have pointing back to your website? So like if you want to rank high for Google, having a Google business listing is very important. The same thing for Yahoo, that would be a Yelp listing. So that's something you can create and put your website in there as a link. There's also other business listings, such as like TripAdvisor. I would suggest researching your website and see if there's any business listings. There's these listing services that will pick up local businesses and make a listing. And you're going to be able to claim these listings so that you can edit them and make sure that your website is linked. Chamber pages, chambers of commerce often have member pages that you can edit. So make sure any chambers of commerce that you're a member of, that you get in there and edit and put your website in there. So you'll get that backlink as well. Could be a Better Business Bureau listing. Doing social media sharing. So share your pages, share your blogs on the social media as many times as you can. The more backlinks that you have, the more links that are out there, the better for your search engine optimization. And also tell us about your news. We have the IDSP newsletter that we publish every month. So if you've got stuff going on, we'll make sure to feature you and give a link to wherever it is that you would like your visitors to go. So also what I would want to mention is, do your own research. Search for your website like you're a visitor. Put in words that you would expect that you'd like your website to be found and see how you're doing. If you're not ranking the way that you would, make the adjustments and don't ever consider that your SEO is done. SEO is an ongoing, keep working with it. It's not hard. I know that a lot of people make it seem mysterious and that it's something that's really hard to do. I think we've proven today it's not hard. It's not hard at all, and it's just time. Time is all it takes. It's a time-consuming thing, but worth it. If your website is set up how you want it, and visitors are able to easily navigate and see what it is you do and see that you're the person that can solve the problem that they have, then you know that the traffic is a good thing.